and Imo State government. We certainly have to work together to collaborate. We've been voted by our respective parties and our people representing our respective parties in government. But today you work for the people and govern for the good of the people. For us in Imo State, we seek for collaboration and understanding of the federal government with our peculiar situation. A lot of challenges, and so we need support. I'm encouraged by the response he gave, and the government would appreciate, the federal government would support us in ways we are doing. And I am certain that by the time we keep doing things right the way we are, it will enhance the symbiotic relationship between the federal government and the state government. Yes.
Participants of the Nigerian National Defense College Course 27 have presented their report on the Higher Defense Management and Strategic Studies research to the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo. In response, the Vice President told the participants that President Muhammadu Buhari is greatly concerned about ensuring the recharging and revitalization of the Lake Chad Basin to effectively tackle the issues of security, livelihood and development of the region. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
A report presented by the participants is titled Water Resource Management and Regional Security, Lake Chad in Perspective. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says the issue of the Lake Chad Basin is of great concern to the President, whom he notes has been advocating for the recharging of the basin so as to tackle the attendant challenges. The Vice President observes that their research work has introduced some fresh ideas and fresh thinking into what the federal government hopes to be focusing on in the Lake Chad Basin. The Vice President says Nigeria would have further consultations with foreign partners and friends to tackle the issues in the region that would benefit all. The Lake Chad Basin Commission member countries, Nigeria, Chad, Niger, Cameroon, and the Central African Republic, are collaborating to provide solutions to security, environmental, and socio-economic challenges as a result of the shrinking of the Lake Chad. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is a regular guest of the National Defense College, making useful contributions to the knowledge of course participants over the last 4 years. In the State House, Jide Onifade, NT News.
Let's take some judicial stories now. And from the Presidential Election Petition Court sitting in Abuja comes a report that the Hope Democratic Party and its candidate Ambrose Owuru have closed their case. Dele Atumbe reports that the petitioners called only one witness to prove their case with a failed intention to call additional witness.
This petition, Hope Democratic Party and its candidate Ambrose Owuru are claiming that in a referendum conducted on February 16, 2019, their party and its candidate polled 15 million votes. February 16, 2019 was the date the Independent National Electoral Commission earlier fixed for the conduct of the presidential election, which was shifted in line with the provision of the Electoral Act. Counsel to the petitioners, Eze Nyalugo, called the only witness that has witness statement on oath. The witness affirmed before the court that during a referendum conducted on 16 February 2019, the party and its candidate polled 15 million votes. In the light of this, the petitioners urged the court to declare their candidate Ambrose Owuru as the president. The petitioners in their claim are not contesting the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari in the February 23, 2019 presidential election. During cross-examination, counsel to President Muhammadu Buhari, Yusuf Ali SAN, asked the witness, the body that conducted the referendum, a question the witness could not provide any answer to. Akin Olujimi SAN, counsel to APC, and Usman Ustaz SAN, counsel to INEC, wanted to know whether the referendum was conducted in the Celestial Ward, and the witness told the court that it was conducted in Nigeria. The witness told the court he voted in the February 23, 2019 presidential election. The second witness, who was subpoenaed, could not give evidence because there was no statement on oath which he deposed to. The petitioners tendered 15 documents which the Presidential Election Petition Court admitted in evidence. Counsel to the respondent objected to the admissibility of the documents.
23rd presidential election, and he had admitted that. They are not challenging that. They have no quarrel with that. And they are not contesting that they won the February 23rd presidential election. So what are we calling witnesses for? Was there a referendum? Did you do referendum? And they agreed that INEC did not conduct any referendum. And it's only INEC that has the power to conduct presidential elections.
On to Section 2 of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended, is actually made provisions for a referendum to be conducted at the instance of the citizens. And it was pursuant to that they purported that the referendum was conducted, and that is why we're in court.
The Presidential Election Petition Court, led by Justice Mohammed Garba, adjourned to 5th August 2019 for all counsel in this matter to adopt their final addresses. In Abuja, Dele Atumbi, NTA News.
And Olabode Arewa reports that the Supreme Court has rejected a request that it should review an earlier judgment voiding the participation of candidates of the All Progressives Congress in the last general elections in Zamfara State. Here is Olabode with the rest of the story.
The 5-man panel of justices led by Justice Olabode Rosevival dismissed an application by counsel to the APC, Robert Clark, SAN, giving fresh reasons why the Apex Court should take another look at its earlier judgment delivered on Friday, the 24th of May 2019, where the court held that the APC in Zamfara did not conduct a valid primary election and therefore had no candidates. Robert Clark had told the court that some positions in the APC were contested unopposed at the primaries, and the Apex Court judgment should not affect them. This includes 3 senatorial, 2 House of Representatives, and 13 State Assembly positions. The Apex Court in its judgment reiterated its earlier observation that the votes scored by the APC in Zamfara remained wasted since the party failed to prove that it conducted a valid primary. Candidates of the PDP, which came second in the Zamfara elections, were subsequently issued with certificates of return by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The Apex Court did not award any costs against the APC. In Abuja, Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
Still staying with the judiciary, the trial of Senator Elisha Abo on the charge of assault has been stalled due to the inability of the prosecution to serve him with all the materials to be used as evidence in the trial. Senator Elisha Abo, representing Adamawa North Senatorial District, was arraigned before a magistrate court sitting in Zuba in the FCT on a 2-count charge bordering on criminal force and assault on the 8th of this month, but the trial could not commence because the prosecution applied for adjournment to enable it conclude investigation. On resuming the trial, the prosecution again applied for adjournment to enable him comply with Section 350, subsection 2 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015, which states that the prosecution must serve the defense with all the materials which it wants to use as evidence in the trial to enable the defense prepare its defense and also avoid delay subsequently in the trial. Counsel to the defense did not object to that prayer on the grounds that they would have done the same.
Evidence are electronically generated. There are condition precedent for their tendering. So those things are a little bit distance, and we needed time to get them in order and then front load all our evidence to the defendant as required by the law.
If not concluded their forensic analysis of the video that is trending to know, the authenticity and otherwise. And after doing all that, they need to serve us. So that when they serve us with all the proof of evidence, the statement of witnesses, whatever documents they intend to rely upon, we can also prepare for our defense, and then the hearing will commence.
The case has been adjourned to the 20th of next month for hearing. Stay with us here on NTN Network News. We have more story for you when we come back.
Now me I go ask and say, why all of us go pay 100,000 naira? Say your husband, he want do 70th birthday. She now all of us marry them together. When her mama die, she collects money. Her papa die, she collects money. Her mama die, she collects. You remember when she talked, say she wanted her mama dead body. Mama, you too talk. Now you be glad when they dash me credit anyhow. Imagine, 40-year-old dead body. Why they laugh now? Now try to bring your money. Mama, no laugh. Not be you, Jerry. Now some apropos customer there when they know they mind their own business. Whoa, I never even begin to give you her gist.
Glow and Maple. Get 5 times your recharge to call all networks. Recharge with *555*PIN#.
Make I sell my market finish first, eh? I will call you back. Oh.
Glow Unlimited.
I can taste the real chicken.
Don't worry, Abba. It's not your chicken.
It's the Sadap Supreme Chicken Essence that gives it the supreme chicken taste. Be Supreme, Nigeria.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, invites all secretaries to state governments, permanent secretaries, heads of cabinet affairs offices in the North Central Geopolitical Zone, consisting of Abuja FCT, Benue, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, Niger, and Plateau states, to the 6th in the series of the regional meeting for secretaries to the state government and heads, permanent secretaries of cabinet affairs offices, which is a follow-up meeting on the outcome of the maiden meeting held in the second quarter of 2019 in Abuja for secretaries to the state government, permanent secretaries, heads of cabinet affairs offices. The meeting is designed to, among other things, develop a synergy between the cabinet affairs offices at the federal and state levels in order to develop a framework for a community of practice. The follow-up meeting is scheduled to hold as follows. Date, Thursday, July 25th, 2019. Time, 10 a.m. Venue, Ta'al Conference Hotel, Jos Road, Lafia, Nasarawa State. Announcer, Babatunde Lawal, Permanent Secretary, Cabinet Affairs Office, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation.
The Aerial Assurance Challenge.
Oh, thank you. But what assurance can you give our daughter?
Everything. With the new look Aerial, I can even do the laundry.
Prove it then.
Okay. Let's make this stain even tougher. Now, let's wash the cloth. With your detergent and with new look Aerial. Do you believe me now?
Aerial, now in a new look pack.
The Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation is set to review the public service rules. In view of this, all civil and public servants are to visit the website www.ohcsf.gov.ng. Click on Review of Public Service Rules to view and download the rules, study provisions of the rules and leave their comment on identified or obsolete areas for deliberation. Hard copies of comments can be forwarded to the Director, ODD, OHCSF, while the soft copy to efanga.efanga@yahoo.com, latest by close of work on Friday, 26 July 2019. Dr. Magdalene Ajani, Permanent Secretary, Service Policies and Strategies Office, Announcer.
Ronaldo na the highest. Ronaldo na the highest champion. If you check with, if you look at it like this.
Mini-me, boom! Mini-me, taste the fun.
Does Pick now have Pick 456?
Yes, Mom. It's for Bella.
Why does she have her own milk?
Mama, she's still growing, especially her brain. She needs the right nutrients to help her grow strong and smart.
90% of brain development happens in the first 5 years of life. Like plants need certain nutrients to grow, kids need the right nutrients to grow up strong and smart. Peak 456 with DHA is specially formulated for children 4 to 6 years old to support brain development. Get them ready for what's ahead with Peak 456 with DHA to help them grow up strong and smart.
Now available in new pack and 16-gram sachet.
I want to buy Indomie noodles. 4 packs, please.
Yo.
This is not my Indomie. Please, sir, if it's not Indomie, don't call it Indomie.
Sir, the taste is the difference. The difference is in the taste. That's why my brothers, my mommy, my daddy, and I all enjoy Admission's so very delicious Indomie noodles. The difference is the taste.
Taste is the difference.
Yes, difference is in the taste. Nothing tastes like my Indomie.
Indomie Super Pack, now available at 85 Naira. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Thanks for staying with me on NTN Network News. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has attributed the challenges of security in Nigeria's northwest to a deliberate attempt by those who do not mean well for the country to divert attention. Receiving in audience members of the Northeast Alliance for Buhari 2019 on a solidarity visit, the president, however, maintained that there will be no hiding place for the evildoers. State House correspondent Adam Asambo reports.
Members of the Northeast Alliance for Buhari 2019 were in the State House to register their appreciation to the governing APC for, amongst others, improving the security situation in the Northeast.
Whoever says Boko Haram is not degraded or security situation has not improved does not mean well for the country. Peace is gradually returning to the zone, and the internally displaced people, the IDPs, have started returning to their towns and villages, most of whom have started engaging in their traditional agricultural activities.
President Muhammadu Buhari said with peace and stability as indispensable to the realization of any meaningful development, his administration will not relent until normalcy is fully restored in the land.
I'm very pleased that you appreciate the efforts this administration has made in trying to consolidate the stabilization of peace in the area. When the Northeast has become too tough, now they create a diversion in the Northwest. But I think this country is big enough and resourceful enough to defend its territorial integrity, and we will continue to do our best.
The president used the opportunity to formally thank his guests for sustaining their trust and confidence in his leadership, saying this will not be taken for granted.
I assure you that the concern of this government is the stability of the country, so that we can have time to improve the economy and to make sure that people that are trusted with the management of the national resources do not disappoint us.
Members of the group, including the former governor of the old Borno state, Mohammed Goni, were full of gratitude to the president for the takeoff of the Northeast Development Commission to respond appropriately to the reconstruction and rehabilitation needs of the people badly devastated by Boko Haram.
In this regard, we shall continue to positively and constructively support all your programs, especially reduction of poverty, youth employment, agricultural value change, and creating harmony among our diverse people.
You have done so much to the Northeast zone that there is no word that is enough to express our gratitude to you. As such, we can simply say thank you.
Formed by members of the PDP and other opposition political parties in the build-up to the last elections, the Northeast Alliance for Buhari 2019 worked for the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari towards consolidating the achievements recorded in the Change Nigeria project. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
A bit on the legislature now. The relationship between political party and its caucus in parliament is strategic to achieving campaign manifestos. It is in this regard that the president of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, says All Progressives Congress caucus in the Senate will work in collaboration with its party at all levels. Senator Lawan was speaking when he met with state chairman of the All Progressives Congress. Ignatius Nko reports.
Chairman of the 36 States chapter of the All Progressives Congress on a congratulatory visit to the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan. They advised him to remain resolute in his resolve to build a cordial working relationship with the executive.
Your victory is ours. Your victory on the 11th of June was a victory of all Nigerians who demand productive cooperation between the executive and legislative for the stability and progress of Nigeria.
President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, emphasized the importance of a rank-free National Assembly and describing national development as a collaborative venture by all arms of government. He advocated a dispute resolution mechanism that would be proactive and sustainable.
We are one government. We are one people. We have the same program, really. The executive and the legislature in this respect, with dominance of the APC in the Senate, and the executive being an APC administration, we have just one course. We are supposed to have one focus, and we are supposed to have one direction.
The forum reminded the Senate President that independence of the legislature does not mean antagonistic relationship between the National Assembly and the Presidency. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress says its progressive ideology is to ensure that the rule of law prevails in its all affairs and promised not to condone any act of impunity. Saliu Abdullahi has details.
At a press briefing on the lingering leadership tussle at the Edo and Bauchi State Houses of Assembly, the party's spokesperson, Larry Saonilu, reaffirmed the decision of the National Working Committee that the issues among the lawmakers are clearly between the state governors and the rule of law.
I think the media should champion the rule of law. And if the media will champion the rule of law, then the basic questions should be asked. And in the case of Bauchi and Edo, what are the questions? The question is, was there a proper proclamation by the governor over Bauchi, over Edo? Did they do that? If they didn't, then the whole country, championed by the media, should insist on that minimum.
In the meantime, elder statesman Chief Edwin Clark, on Edo State in particular, notes that the power of the House of Representatives over state houses of assembly is constitutional, but must, however, be exercised with due process.
They should therefore allow the court, which is the case is already in court, to declare whether what the governor has done by through his proclamation is wrong, valid or not valid.
In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
And the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress has upheld disciplinary actions against National Vice Chairman Northwest Inua Abdul Qadri. The party has subsequently referred the issue to the National Executive Committee for further actions. Saliu Abdullahi has more.
The decision of the party was made public through a statement issued by its National Publicity Secretary, Larry Saonilu, at the end of its closed-door meeting. In the statement, the party says the decision to uphold the action of the Sokoto State APC organ was due to failure by the National Vice Chairman Northwest, Inua Abdul Qadri, to appear and defend himself before the disciplinary committee set up to look into various petitions against him. Meanwhile, reacting to the statement on his suspension, Inua Abdul Qadri in a statement said the issue is still pending at the Sokoto State High Court, in which the national chairman and Sokoto State chairman of the party are endorsed as defendants and entered appearances. He said the inability to appear before the disciplinary committee, as communicated through APC Deputy Chairman South, Ni Adebayo, was due to clash in date slated to hear the matter in court. Abdul Qadri therefore says, as a stickler for rule of law, he will remain patient for justice to prevail. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Let's take you now to Bauchi, where the Governor Bala Mohammed has flagged road construction works in 4 communities within Bauchi state capital. Mahmoud Ibn Mohammed reports that the projects were awarded at the cost of over 4.9 billion naira.
These road projects are the first for the government of Senator Bala Mohammed, totaling 13.5 kilometers. The scope of the project is 6.4 kilometers Sabankaura Road, 4.2 kilometers Gombe Road to Meduguri Bypass, 1.8 kilometers Yakubu Bauchi Quarters Road, and 1.1 kilometers Mudalawal Market Road.
This road features a 3-lane road, quite difficult
different from the normal roads that you see. The normal roads that you see on some days all over the country, they are 2-lane roads.
I want to reiterate that this administration remains resolute in providing umbrella dividends of democracy for the socio-economic benefits of the citizenry, as well as continue to initiate policies and programs that will significantly improve on the well-being and the quality of life of the people.
These routes are expected to be completed by the first quarter of next year. In Bauchi, Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad, NTA News.
Now, the Igbo community in Kano has joined other concerned Nigerians in kicking against the call for the relocation of herdsmen from southern parts of the country. As the Igbo Kano President General and Igbo traditional leader in diaspora, Igwe Boniface Ibekwe, made the Igbo's position known at a dinner to commemorate his 10th Ofala anniversary in Kano. Abdullahi Mustafa has details.
Kano is one of the states with high concentration of Igbo community outside the southeastern part of Nigeria. They play a significant role in various sectors of the state's economy. This was the main purpose of hosting the community's leadership to a dinner in honor of Igwe Boniface Ibekwe, the Eze Ndibo, on his 10th Ofala anniversary as President General and Igbo traditional leader in diaspora. The platform was used to re-echo the clarion call for unity and harmonious coexistence among Nigerians of divergent ethnic and religious backgrounds. Igwe Boniface Ibekwe, Governor Abdullah Umar Ganduje and other Igbo leaders urged the Fulani herdsmen to go about their legitimate business in